Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody guys, today we'll take a look again at the Great British Pound. Our analysis on Euro is still valid, and you probably could see by yourself what we have said in our weekend, that until market will pass through either 114.50 or 108, hardly the situation will drastically change. So until market stands in this range, this mostly indicates an indecision. And you could see it by yesterday's action, so you can see that Euro currency has dropped at the open with a solid gap. But in the end of the session, the gap was filled, and market in fact has returned back to the level where it was on Friday. So no direction. We haven't got any direction yet on the euro currency. But probably this situation can't stay too long, and probably sooner rather than later we will get the direction on the euro currency. Today we will take a look at the Great British Pound. Situation here is also not really clear, and it's a bit sophisticated, mostly because of the same situation in the Greece. So what we have on the daily chart, probably here in fact we have the same patterns that we have discussed on the previous week. We see uncompleted two patterns, this ABCD pattern and this butterfly cell pattern. Completion point at 160 approximately. Also that will be the upper border of this huge wedge pattern. The object of our previous discussion was this possible bread and butter buy trade that we haven't got, since market hasn't quite reached the even 3/8 support area. At the same time guys, we see, although market is not dropping lower and is not reaching this area, it also doesn't start any upward action, so just stands flat. That we could understand this because as traders on the euro, as traders on other currencies also wait for some meaningful solution or some clear result on the Greece problem, what really will happen, and the Great British Pound is no exception. But today I would like to attract your attention to the specific role of the Great British Pound in the European Union. So as you understand, if Greece will finally default and we will announce some really moments that will be negative for the euro currency, where investors will try to put the assets on the safe haven currencies. Usually this is the Japanese yen, United States dollar, Swiss franc, but the Asian currencies, it's a bit different tool, different asset, because those who trade on the in the European zone, in the European Union, they will try to protect their assets by some European currencies in some part. But they can't put the money in the Swiss franc right now, since you know that national Swiss bank yesterday has taken the intervention to protect the significant increase in the value of the Swiss franc. That's why the Great British Pound in the Europe could become the second so-called safe haven currency, because investors also need to segregate the assets. They need to not put the eggs in all eggs in the same basket. So they could buy, for example, some part of the Japanese yen. They could buy, maybe it will be some small amount of the Swiss franc, but also they need to separate the assets. They need to put the currencies and safe haven, but to divide them into the European currencies and maybe some other currencies. That's why the Great British Pound could take the exceptional role. And following that logic, if the default will happen, the Great British Pound should rise. But here you could ask the reasonable question. So if we have the bullish setup, why market just stands flat and won't take in any upward position? Because everybody know about this safe haven feature market, but market stands flat. So it could be treated as the bearish sign. Well, that's also the correct question. So if we'll take a look at the forward time frame chart, we see that market hasn't moved lower and hasn't reached this FIB support, but also it can't continue to move high. What in action we see here? You could treat as bearish sign that market just stands flat below the weekly pivot point. And take a look, market has formed a grabber, has completed the grabber. Now it has formed huge high wave pattern. That's in short term our indicator of the direction. As soon as market will out either to the upside or downside from the range of this high wave, it will give us the direction. Now market also is forming, as you can see, another bullish grabber right here. And I would say, guys, that probably both of you could be right. Is those who tell that market could show the downward action, is those who tell that since this is probably the Great British Pound could become some kind of the safe haven currency, it should appreciate. But this is the issues of the different time scale. The bearish reaction on the Greece default will be fast, and probably, yes, as the member of the European Union, the Great British Pound could react negatively, as it has happened yesterday. So you can see this open gap down also. But this reaction was not very significant. But later, the Great British Pound could turn to the growth, to the rising action. So how it could happen? Take a look at the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, we have uncompleted ABCD. It's not quite uncompleted, just market has hit the minor target, the 618 extension, and then turned on the consolidation. So market right now stands in this area. You could see that this action hardly could be treated and called as the impulse trade on the momentum that market turns to the upside rally. Absolutely not. That mostly the consolidation. And here, those of you are right who said that market stands flat and doesn't turn to the upside action. It looks bearish. It looks like the dynamic pressure. Here you could see it. So you can see that market stands flat with the bullish trend, and that suggests that market could take it out of these lows. At the same time, market here, as you can see, could form the butterfly buy pattern, and that could be particularly the reaction on the Greece default. So market could show the fast reaction on the announcement of this default by this, for example, butterfly or something of that sort. Just fast breakout down, completed this ABCD right to the 155, 156 even approximately area. And after that, when the stops will be clear out below this support, market will hit this support area, weekly pivot support one, and after that it could turn to the growth that will be driven by mostly the fundamental issues. That Great British Pound could take the exceptional role in the European Union, because no other currency stands in the Europe that could be treated as the more or less reliable. Swiss franc is too expensive, Euro currency stands under pressure with the Greece default. What else European currency could work as the more or less reliable on the European Union territory? That's probably the Great British Pound, because not every trader trade worldwide. Many of them trade on the inside of the European Union. So that's our suggestion, that probably if default will happen, that will be the first fast downward reaction as the reaction of the member of the European Union on the default on its one of these members, right? And but after that, Great British Pound could turn to the upside action, and that the destination point, the first destination point, will be the 160 target. That's our current view on the Great British Pound.